On today's episode of Cedar Springs TV Live, we take a look at Moffitt's input and advice on the recruitment process here at Cedar Springs.
Throughout the school year, many students as well as teachers have different opinions on homework. We will talk with some of them and hear about their experiences through this time.
We also hear some of our students talk about their experiences receiving hand-me-downs within sports.
Mainsound.com.
Go Cedar. Remember, you can lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be led.
We edge closer to a common issue of students not reading. We will talk with some of our students and on their opinions about why this occurs.
All this and more on Cedar Springs TV Live.
My name is Matt Moffitt. I'm the athletic director and assistant principal at Cedar Springs High School. I think one of the most important things for student athletes is, especially at a young age, if you have any inclination that you want to play at the college level, is to go to multiple camps throughout the course of the year. I think the other thing is you could follow coaches on social media, and obviously the big thing is some college coaches during certain points of time they cannot contact players, but players can always contact coaches, like stuff on Twitter, retweet things, but obviously the big thing is like I said, getting out, seeing those coaches, but also making contact by email, going to their website, find their email. Hey, I'm a freshman student athlete interested in playing soccer. Currently I attend Cedar Springs High School. I have a great GPA. Blah blah blah. Kind of just basically selling yourself to those coaches, and obviously that puts you in some of the coaches' radar.
Recruiting process.
Okay. All right. I'm Mr. Jagowski, and I coach football here. I'm the associate head coach. I coach defensive backs and special teams. Players really need to decide whether or not they want to be involved when they're younger, right? There is a way to get involved in the process as you get older as well, but the best way to do it would be to get involved as a player, coming out of your 8th grade year, and then starting to train your body, starting to work towards those goals early on, and not only train your body, right, but academically. And then once you get a little bit older, we start working with guys on going to camps and getting their name out there and getting film out there. That sort of thing. So that's how it works for a player. Start young, and then there's a lot of different aspects players have to look at, whether it's academics or what they're doing outside of school or what they're eating, how they're working out, let alone their ability to play the sport itself, right? So starting young and starting early is the key.
So I'm Scott Modisher. I used to be an assistant coach at Grand Valley for 17 years with the women's soccer team. First and foremost, their skill, how they performed on the field. So definitely the skill set that they had, or their knowledge of the game, how well they could see the field. So those all pertain to the field, but I also looked at, were they a leader on or off the field? As I was watching them, how was their attitude? Were they coachable? Those types of things. How did they deal with the referees? How did they deal with their other players? Those were all the kind of intangibles that I looked at when I was watching them play. So it was not only the skills, but everything else that went along with it.
And my name is Marquise Mance, and this is the end of our segment about high school athletes and the recruiting process to the next level of sports. Back to the front desk.
Sorry about that. We're having some technical difficulties. I am Briley Andrews.
And I'm Leah Whalen. Welcome to another edition of Cedar Springs TV. As students get into their later years, they are most likely thinking about what they're going to do in the future. With our recruitment system, students are more open to their opportunities. What do you think about the recruitment process, Briley?
I agree. I personally feel much more comfortable with the recruitment process now, Leah.
I agree 100%. We know that students still struggle about what they would like to do and be in the future. Now we'll take a look at what Ian has to say about yearbook.
Don't be a meanie, keep the school cleaning. If you see a piece of trash, throw it away, even if it isn't yours.
Don't do that. Wait until you see a trash can and then dispose of it.
Don't be a meanie, keep our schools clean.
Hello. Have you been considering buying a yearbook from Cedar Springs High School? I think you should. Not only are they cheap, but they're filled with great memories. Here, how about we take a look?
Wow, I feel like the yearbook really does hold a lot of memories. What do you think, Leah? Do you think you'll purchase one this year?
Yes, I will definitely purchase a yearbook since it's worth the money.
I agree. I will definitely be buying one. Let's talk about cleaning up the school again, though. Do you think the high school needs to do a better job at cleaning up after themselves?
Yes, absolutely. Littering is not okay with me.
Me either. When we come back, we will discuss some current issues about homework.
Students often end up with multiple homework assignments a night, which limits how much free time they have at home. Homework does not provide significant educational benefits and often leads to students being stressed out. My name is Levi Grifforce, and I am reporting to you on the opinions students have on homework. In fact, many students claim
I do often do homework a lot in class just so I don't have any work to do when I get home. Yeah.
My opinion on homework is it's a waste of time.
Yeah, so my opinion is that it can be helpful if students are going to do it.
Within the week, I probably get homework for just about every single class. I don't necessarily always do homework for every class, but
sometimes I do homework, but I'm more focused on like getting home and I just want to play my Fortnite.
Yes, I do homework in class because I have too much homework.
Yeah, my extracurricular activities involve Fortnite, and it does hinder me because if I'm at my house and I could rather be playing Fortnite than doing homework, I'm not going to do homework.
I am in extracurricular activities. I play volleyball in the fall through the school, and then winter and spring I do club volleyball, and then I'm also in ALC.
Yes, I do assign homework in class. What classes I choose to assign it in is more in my AP Bio and my anatomy class.
No, I do not assign specific homework. If I do, it's because we're behind and we really need to get some extra practice in. I don't necessarily agree with assigning work for just homework because I feel like that's what we're at school for. And I would rather have my students practicing the complicated problems with me there so that they don't have to stop their focus and their train of thought to ask me a question.
On my homework assignments, I spend about maybe 30 minutes on each one.
A lot of the time I do my homework in class just because I have like a busy work schedule and I don't really have time necessarily after school sometimes.
I get about 7 days worth of homework. I just want to finish it as quick as I possibly can so I could like get to playing Fortnite because I need at least 4 hours of Fortnite a day to stay on my grind.
It's been my experience though that like in a general bio class I try to limit it because I have such a diversity of student abilities.
Different sports like track, wrestling, football, and then also just like lifting after school. But usually I'm able just to slot out time after that and get it done.
I hate homework. It takes my Fortnite time out, and it's I'm getting like less good at Fortnite the more I do homework, so I hate it.
Well, I kind of rush through them. I just look up the answers because I'm more focused on Fortnite and becoming a pro. You feel me?
When I'm in volleyball, it definitely is hard to complete homework just because we have practice right after school.
In most contexts, it's useful just because like just going to school sometimes isn't enough and it's important to have work assigned at home, but sometimes if that work or practice is redundant, it can be kind of useless.
This is Brady Miller reporting to you on the opinions students and teachers have about homework, signing off, and back to the desk.
I definitely think that it's hard to manage time with homework and extracurriculars. What about you, Briley?
Oh, for sure. It's really hard doing homework and then you have to worry about managing time. It's definitely a difficult process.
I agree, Briley. Now we will go to Austin for some sports updates.
My name is Austin Alkenbrag, here at CSTV Sports. We had a lot of great things happen this spring with our athletics. Starting off, last Saturday, our boys baseball team defeated Northview 7-6 in the District Finals Championship, bringing a District Finals Championship for the first time since 1986. As well, softball lost to Lowell with a score of 1-3 in the first round of districts. And as well, girls soccer took a hard-fought loss to Fort Hills Eastern with a score of 2-3 in the first round of districts. Later, boys golf placed 11th out of 18th at regionals, with Connor Hunt scoring the best score with an overall score of 81. Girls tennis lost a hard-fought match to Reese Puffer in the first round of regionals. As well, we also had 4 athletes go to track state finals, with Dylan LaFontaine placing 12th for long jump, Ryan Mitchell placing 28th for discus, Taylor Diamond taking 2nd overall in pole vault, and Josh Creekart setting a discus school record of 159 feet 5 inches and won the regional championship and took 10th in states. We now take it over to a story on the JV perspective of hand-me-downs from varsity.
Hi, my name is Luke Duran, Luke-Duran.
How does it feel to have hand-me-down equipment from other higher groups?
To have hand-me-down equipment, it's not as good as having brand new equipment. Like, it's not going to protect you a little more. You might get injured a lot more than normal.
How does it feel to have equipment that doesn't meet the expectations that you or others have?
When like new schools, if you've seen like the helmet, like when we're doing our scrimmages, they have helmets, pads, so they don't get concussed. But when we go, we have normal helmets, and it feels like our helmets don't protect us as much as it should. Like, I know some kids that get concussions during practices, not games.
What are the effects on having not the best equipment for
training, and like people's head hurts, so they take ibuprofen before games so their heads don't hurt, and painkillers because sometimes the knee or the girdle doesn't protect you as good enough as it should, and like it just feels like you're just wearing like nothing sometimes.
Do you think those schools should or shouldn't invest more in football or sports?
It should invest more to protect the kids that are wanting to play and wanting to go to a higher level, so I feel like we should invest more into them and for their future in sports and their athletic career.
How does it feel for you to be forced to use not the best equipment for football?
It's not as fun, but it's still fun to play. But if we had brand new equipment, I feel like some other people could join and not be hurt as much. Like, I know some people that get hurt in the middle of the season and can't play for the rest of the season because the equipment, like for some concussions people get, they can't play a game for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Thank you for letting me be in your interview.
Hey, my name is Caden Wilson, C-A-Y-D-E-N.
What sports do you play?
The sports that I play are football and wrestling at the moment, but I used to play baseball.
How does it feel to have the hand-me-downs of your sport?
Personally, I think that it depended on the school. Like, this school I'm not sure about, but I know back when I was in Belding, like last year in football, we got handed down stuff from varsity, and I just feel like it's kind of bad because it's already used and it's already like kind of like it's just used and it's not in the best condition that it can be. And you know, if it's like we're separate shoulder pads, which we didn't do that there, we got shoulder pads as we had them, but like imagine like we had shoulder pads for varsity and then they got dropped down to us. It wouldn't be in the best condition, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think we should or shouldn't invest more money into sports?
I feel like it depends on the school. Some schools put all their money towards sports, and then some of them, you know, they put the money into the things that we really need. Like this school at the moment, we got some construction going on, not even just at this school, but other schools in this school district. And Belding, I don't really know where they were putting the money, to be honest, because they're their sports stuff wasn't that bad. But we're doing some fundraisers for football right now, and honestly, I think that we could really have some really nice stuff in the future. So I feel like, and it depends on the school whether you put more money into the sports or not.
Yo, it's Caden. Thanks for interviewing me. Caden out.
From Austin Alkenbrack and the rest of CedarSpringsTV Sports, thank you for watching, and we'll send it back to the news after a short break.
Hi, my name is Jordan Vu. I'm a basketball coach at the YMCA. My thoughts on having a positive relationship with my athletes is I want to be a role model for them. I want them to look up to me, and I think that me getting to know them on a personal level really helps that. Basketball is more than just a game of X's and O's. You gotta get to know them and see what they're like, what the personality is, to get to know their play style a little more. And I think that getting to know your players really just improves their game and improves the way you can help coach them.
That was a lot of information to cover. My biggest takeaway is that we should definitely be taking TV Pro next year. How do you feel, Leah?
My biggest takeaway was that junior varsity does never receive any new uniforms. Now to JR for weather.
All right. My name is J.R. Tompkins, and I am your CSTV Pro weatherman. In the Kalamazoo area, temperatures are ranging from 77 all the way to 72, which is pretty fair weather, and I think you should go outside. Over in the Detroit/Ann Arbor area, temperatures are a little bit lower than they are in Kalamazoo, staying kind of towards low/mid 70s. But except in Jackson. Jackson, I'm not sure what's going on. It's 65 right now. I don't know. Then over in Grand Rapids, in Grand Rapids, it is 77 right now and is surrounded by places with 75 and 76. That is also very good weather, and I still think you should go outside. Over in Mount Pleasant, all right, in Mount Pleasant it's 76 and surrounded by places that are 75, which it's also very nice weather. We're having very nice weather in Michigan right now, and I think all of you guys should go outside. Take a walk, take a hike, do something, touch grass. All right. On Monday today, it is 83 with a low of 58, and it is partly cloudy. On Tuesday, the high is going to be 80 and with a low of 50, and it is very similar to today with it being partly cloudy. On Wednesday, however, it kind of changes, and with it being mostly sunny, with the high of 77 and a low of 48. And then Thursday is almost identical to Wednesday, with it being just a little bit higher, but not by much though. On Friday, it is looking like it's going to be the best day of the week, with it being partly cloudy and 80, and with a high of 80. This weekend, or specifically on Saturday, there is a chance of showers with the high of 82. So be cautious around that, folks. 78 is Sunday. Sunday is going to be 78 with a low of 57, which is still very nice weather. But there is also a chance of showers on that day, so be careful. My name is J.R. Tompkins, and I'm going to be sending it back to our anchors.
Thank you, JR. From what I can tell, the weather is looking pretty good, ladies and gents. How do you feel, Lee? Are you excited for the upcoming weather?
Yes, absolutely. Summer is just screaming my name at the moment. Now, to our beloved foreign exchange students.
Why do you find yourself watching TV, playing video games, or watching TikTok instead of reading a book?
Watching TV and playing video games is like more intriguing over reading a book. And like I find myself doing that more because it just catches my attention and keeps my focus more, like I'm able to focus easier.
How many books have you read recently on your own time?
On my own time, I haven't really read much. I've read this year like maybe 1 or 2, but I usually hardly ever read on my own time.
Why do you find yourself watching TV, playing video games, or watching TikTok instead of reading a book?
Because I enjoy it more. I don't enjoy reading as much as I do video games or TikTok or a TV show.
Alright. How often do you read a book on your own time?
Almost never. Unless like I'm made to by my mom or something.
Why do you find yourself watching TV, playing video games, or watching TikTok instead of reading a book?
I find myself watching TV, playing video games, or watching TikTok more than reading a book because it's a lot more entertaining and like relaxing for me, and like reading books just isn't as fun.
When your teacher makes you read a book, do you feel like it's a chore or do you enjoy it?
If my teacher asked me to read a book, I'd probably think it's like a chore or something because I probably am not going to like the book and it's probably just not going to be as fun for me.
How many books have you read recently on your own time?
On my own time recently, I've probably read 1 or 2 books maybe, not many.
You know, reading foreign exchange students, I tend to get them confused sometimes. But tomato, tomato. Do you read, Leah? Personally, I feel I never have the time or interest.
I'm totally with you on that. Only when I feel spontaneous enough, I'll read a book.
Yeah, it's not the most fun in my opinion. But that's all from us today. Anything you'd like to add, Leah?
Have a great day, stay up, and go Cedar.